This seems like topics that they got from things I submitted. Break versus procrastination. I'll let you lead off this. I'll let you lead this one off, Pao.
Okay, break versus procrastination. First, I will set the stage, so to speak, here, and I will openly say that, and looking at the word procrastination, I will look at it with a negative lens, in that I don't think there is ever a situation where procrastination per se is a positive behavior. If I were to define what procrastination is, it's and this is probably oversimplifying it. It's delaying. It's delaying the need to do, or it's delaying the activity, or it's delaying facing something until the very last moment, or even perhaps beyond the deadline. It's waiting for that deadliest of deadlines, when you can no longer push it back.
It's people telling me, but sir, I work best under pressure.
Yeah. And sometimes that is true. Sometimes I have seen people who actually work better under pressure. And I think that while there is a thin gray line, I think that's slightly different from procrastination. I think procrastination is just absolutely pushing it towards the very last moment. While on the other end, there is taking a break. And I guess the way I would put it is this. I don't know whether the question here is, how do you define, or how do you distinguish between taking a break and procrastinating? But if it is, then one way I perhaps would do it is this. If you are doing it with the clear purpose of re-energizing, of resting, of taking a purposeful breath, how do you call this? Creatively speaking. If it is with the clear purpose of taking a breath, taking a breather, re-energizing, perhaps sparking creative juices. When sometimes when you've run out of ideas, when you just keep pounding away and just nothing comes out anymore, and you say, you know what, I need a break. And the purpose is precisely to allow your brain to sort of recharge and re-energize, then I think that's taking a break. On the other hand, if it really is just, if we were to verbalize the thoughts, I don't want to do that now. I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that. Mamaya na lang.
Mm-hmm.
Then I think that's procrastinating. And I think that's what distinguishes the two. Taking a break, in the positive sense, is purposeful. It has a positive effect of giving you more energy, giving you more creative juices, giving you inspiration, even as vague or as abstract as that may sometimes sound. On the other hand, procrastinating is really just, in a sense, delaying the inevitable, almost, or pushing back the inconvenient, which usually, on the other hand, has negative effects. Because then, to use our lingo, you end up with Q1s all over the place. Urgent and importance, stressful stuff all over the place.
I'll agree, and something I just want to add is, at the end of the day, the reason. If it's a break, or
yes.
If it's something you've been putting off and avoiding. Some people, I remember I had a client one time tell me that he was just taking a break, but it's like, as we got deeper into it, the reasons were more about, but I don't actually want to go and do it. There's some reasons that's holding me back, versus I remember having a client who was so deep into their work that they realized they weren't taking a break to recharge and fill themselves up with energy again, so to speak.
Right.
But yeah, at the end of the day, I'd like to believe that whether it's a genuine break or if it's something that you're avoiding.
Right. And I think, I like that word, no? If it's avoiding, and I think in part, when you get back to actually facing what it is that you're pushing back, that also gives you a clue as to whether you took a break or you're procrastinating.
Yes.
Because if your energy level is all about, okay, fine, then I think it's procrastinating. On the other hand, if you're coming back to it and thinking, okay, let's get this done, or now I'm excited, then I think that was a genuine break. It was a purposeful, re-energizing break.
And before we move on to the next one, there's a comment here that I just have to say, may nagpapatanong. Kunwari daw nagnap ka sa break.
Okay.
And procrastination ba yon? I go back to my answer. At the end of the day, you know.
And I think, let's be fair here. Sometimes, let's say you take a nap. Let's say you told yourself it's a power nap. You know how people talk about power naps and 20-minute naps. If you extend and you hit 2 hours, 1 hour, but it was not a conscious decision. Your body simply refused to get
Na ano yun? Napasarap yun.
That's one, yes. And I think another one, it might be a message from your body physically telling you, hey, you need a break. Whether it's from the work that you're doing or something else. Because it could very well be needing a break from watching 5 hours of Netflix before sleep, right?
Huli ka.